Unbelievable. 20 points for Anderson. 75-68, Orlando.
Ron Harper getting set to check in. Phil Jackson, a lot of confidence. Look at Bill Wennington. Time his jump very nicely to get yet another offensive rebound and finish for the Chicago Bulls.
The seldom utilized Ron Harper over at the scorer's table, and he will come on. Scott for three. Rebound Grant. And a foul. Won't count. Basket will not count, but Horace Grant will go to the line. Timeout is called with 9:43 left in the fourth. Michael Jordan receiving a rest. Only 5 of 18 for 12 points, and he's right there in a list of dubious distinction from the personal point of view of Michael Jordan in terms of worst shooting playoff games. He did come back from that 3 of 18 against the Knicks with a 54-point effort the next game a couple years back.
I'm sure in the back of Michael's mind somewhere throughout this series he is going to have one of those huge games, and he's probably going to have to do it in this building if the Chicago Bulls are going to try to, and in fact, get the home court advantage back.
So the Magic up by 6. Shaquille O'Neal getting set to return, and Phil Jackson has put in. Ron Harper played only 1 minute in the series against Charlotte. Seldom used. Ron Harper is on the floor, being guarded by Anthony Hardaway. Nice pass. Kukoc rejected by Rollins, and the basketball count. It's a goaltend.
Actually, Phil Jackson was not pleased with the way Pete Myers was guarding Nick Anderson and to double team him. The Magic got an offensive rebound. Nick a little bit tired coming out for a rest, but Phil Jackson told me, as Tony Kukoc getting good position in there, the goaltend by Tree Rollins. Phil Jackson saying that he would like to see Ron Harper play Penny Hardaway. He's got his wish right now.
Right, he'll try to insert Shaquille O'Neal, but the substitution waved off. Rollins remaining on the floor. Wild shot by Shaw. Rollins with the rebound. And back comes Pippen. Pippen trapped and lost it, but last touch. Let's see what the discussion is. Did Jake O'Donnell said yes, last touch by Pippen.
You can take a tape of this game and see all the outstanding defensive plays that Horace Grant has made. Some of them conventional, some of them just hustle plays there, but he clearly took the ball out of bounds. Hey, Jake O'Donnell so close to it. I think he was looking, or at least Jack Neese was looking to give some help on the play. Larry Krystkowiak, the former Magic player, who in fact in game 4, the fourth regular season game, Michael Jordan's first against the Magic at the United Center, Larry Krystkowiak got 2 technicals and thrown out of that game, and it was a major factor in why the Magic won.
Larry Krystkowiak's been sidelined by a bruised knee, and yes, he was in a heated discussion with Jake O'Donnell, and the foul is called against Orlando. It's on Hardaway, his 4th.
Well, this is what Phil Jackson thought he might be able to get from Ron Harper defensively. A lot of people don't give much respect to Ron Harper's defense, but he can make plays like that, and he can steal the basketball from time to time.
8.5 remaining in the 4th quarter. And a hand-checking foul called on Brian Shaw. That's his 3rd. Things being called very closely here. In the 4th quarter, the Magic up 76-72. Shaquille O'Neal is back on the floor. Michael Jordan continues to sit it out, buying some time. Hopper. Pippen, played by Scott. Pippen stripped and fouled. Scottie Pippen is 1 for 9, only 3 points, has 8 rebounds, 6 assists.
This is a tough cover for Dennis Scott, who just does not have the foot speed, the lateral movement to stay with Scottie Pippen in that situation, despite the fact that Dennis got in good defensive position there. Did the right thing as far as the Magic are concerned, shaded him to the middle where he knows he's got some defensive help, but the quickness of Scottie Pippen able to get in the lane before the defense could come.
Under normal conditions, this would be a perfect situation for the Chicago Bulls. I say normal if Michael Jordan were himself. He's had an off game. We don't know the extent of the injury to that right hand. We mentioned that it is a bone bruise that has affected his shooting. We've seen him go to the left more frequently here today. But the Bulls normally would love to be involved in a close game down the stretch with Orlando, with Jordan well rested and coming on.
Well, he will be well rested when he finally gets back. Terrific defensive play by Dennis Scott that comes from behind to flick and steal.
Orlando by 2, 76-74. And they get another opportunity off the steal. Shot clock is down to 7. Grant. Yes. Horace Grant has come up very strong in the second half. 13 of his 14 of the second half. 78-74. Orlando. Wennington with the room. Bill Wennington has connected on 4 out of 5 from the field. And Chicago down by 2.
Phil Jackson likes to have Wennington late because he can step outside and shoot that jump shot.
Scott had an open shot, took his eye off the ball, and lost it.
A lot of times Dennis has a problem in those deep corners because his shoes are at size 16, and oftentimes he put that back foot back and step out of bounds. That time, you're right, Marvin, took his eye off the play.
And a foul is called, putting Wennington at the line with 6:54 remaining. In this fourth quarter, Shaquille O'Neal was called for his 4th foul.
The NBA on NBC is brought to you by Honda, building quality automobiles in America for the past 12 years. By the U.S. Army, learn how to get an edge on life. Be all you can be. And by cold-filtered Miller Genuine Draft, making the world a very cool place.
Back in Orlando, 6:54 remaining in the fourth quarter. Coming up following the Bulls and the Magic, Jurassic Park right here on NBC. Michael Jordan making his return. The Magic up by 2, 78-76. A moment ago, Shaquille O'Neal committed his 4th foul, putting Bill Wennington at the line for the first time. Let's check in with Jim Gray. Jim?
All right, Marv. Phil Jackson looked at Bill Wennington and said, hey, we need you to play some tough defense, but offensively, we're going to go to you. Try and pick up a quick 5th foul on Shaquille O'Neal, and we're going to go to you the next couple of times down the floor. Marv?
All right, Jim, you saw that stat on the 3-headed center combination of the Chicago Bulls. Statistically, has played Shaquille O'Neal to a standstill. Wennington has done a nice job. He now has 10 points, and the game is tied at 78. Hardaway with a low percentage pass that was picked off. And back comes Pippen. 3-on-2 developing now. The Magic getting back. Kukoc, Wennington, and Pippen on the front line. Kerr and Jordan in the backcourt. Jordan going to work against Anderson. Shot clock at 5. Jordan did not have the shot. Shot clock at 2. Kukoc trying to find Pippen, but the shot clock expires.
Another one of those disorganized looking plays. But I think Michael Jordan was thinking, take Nick Anderson to the basket, pick up the 4th team foul. The Magic started this fourth quarter with the right idea. Nick Anderson attacking the rim, getting the Bulls in foul trouble. Now both teams have gotten away from that.
And both teams with 3 team fouls. Jordan with the steal. Did he save it? No. Stepped out. So Orlando will get it back.
Shot clock was winding down for the Chicago Bulls. Tony Kukoc in trouble. Scottie Pippen looking for a little bit of an opening. And Dennis Scott just tossing Scottie Pippen to the floor, or Scottie Pippen trying to convince the official that it was a foul. And foul shooting is going to play a very important part down the stretch of this ballgame. The Magic have had the best of it so far. 20 for 28 from the line. I'm way over there. Bulls, 14 for 16.
A discussion over at the scorer's table. I believe they're talking about the 24-second clock. That might have still been considered an Orlando possession with Jordan off the steal and then stepping out of bounds.
Michael was trying to tightrope that sideline as he made a couple of dribbles. The building so loud couldn't hear exactly when that whistle was blown to stop it.
And they have adjusted the shot clock back to 11.